Greetings, folks. Merry Christmas. The Christmas day is winding down here in New Zealand, but soon people in North America and in Europe and North America are going to wake up to Christmas. It's all happening over there, so yeah. Anyway, welcome to the first ever episode of God's Own Roads. I am Rockford, Marty, Zach, Isaac. Who am I? I'm a dual citizen, New Zealand, US citizen. I was actually born outside of both countries, Thailand. I was born in Thailand. I grew up in New Zealand, and I lived in the US roughly in Michigan for roughly 9 years in the early 2000s. So I had my big overseas experience, my big OE. And I was born in 1974, so I'm an old schooler, Gen Xer. And so what is God's Own Roads? Well, I've been thinking about it off and on for quite a while now. I'm not sure if I've had the vision for over a year, but anyway, a long time, and maybe 2 years. But anyway, what's the idea of it? Just to road trip all over New Zealand. Up and down. I want to explore as much of New Zealand as possible, the big cities, the small towns. So it's called God's Own Roads, in and out of the rat race. And the idea is to go and meet people all over. Initially, what I will say is that I since the COVID days, during the COVID days, I've been on the fringe, the periphery of the New Zealand freedom movement. I know a few people online and offline, and that was a big thing that impacted us. And the great thing about it was, of course, it had a dark side, but we got connected with people. We had a common cause, and either we travelled to Wellington, which I didn't do, or we supported those who travelled to Wellington for the anti-mandate camp out protests at Parliament grounds. And I think people have made lifelong friends through that, and I want to connect especially with people as I travel up and down New Zealand and road trip and meet all kinds of people. Initially, people that I can get connected with in the freedom community. I've got a cluster of friends up in the North Island, and I want to make an effort to go up there several months from now. For those of you that don't know, the North Island has at least 80% of the population, and there's only 20% of the population in in the South Island, and the island is even bigger. So if you really want to get away from it all in New Zealand, you head to the South Island, just go out to the bush, to the hills, and just disappear. I don't know, but so the idea of God's Own Roads, in and out of the rat race, is to go meet all kinds of people, interview people, meet the towns and city folk, ask them if they like the city, hate the city, if they got friends, family, much if they want to move to another town, if they hate it, or if they love it, if they've been there and they want to die there. If they're involved in their community, volunteer, what they see are the problems, the issues, both in their town and city or New Zealand, what they like, what they don't like. So the idea is God's Own Roads, in and out of the rat race, the good, the bad, and the ugly, with a broad overview focus on societal division. And those of you in New Zealand know what I'm talking about societal division. It's all over. But I'll explain it another time to those overseas. But there are, just very quickly, there's the division between Maori and Pākehā, Europeans, it's very hard to explain really off the top of my head. I don't want to go into it now and make the video too long, but there's been an attempt, and it's been decades in the making, to divide and conquer us, and it's working really well. So I'll go into that in the coming days, but I just want to help connect people and bring people together, try to find common ground. There's always going to be things we disagree with, and we especially found that in the anti-mandate protest for the freedom movement, that people had lots of disagreements, they've got strong opinions, and that's how it is in life. You know, we've got to find the common ground and just try to get along and try to make a better society. I mean, it was a better society back in the 80s when I was a kid. Even before that, the 70s, you know, there were challenges. There were challenges between people. But, you know, crime society has broken down and decayed and rotted, and just things have got worse. You know, what can we do? What can we do to reverse that, to make a decent, clean, honest, caring society again? So, you know, it's think about it along the way. I'm sure a lot of you guys are on that journey in your own lives, wherever you are, both here in New Zealand or abroad. What can I do to make the world a better place? It's like President John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. So I want to go real quick. I haven't called it up yet, but I'm going to call it up, bring it up in a moment. The New Zealand National Anthem. This is going to be something that I really want to share my heart with on this, with those overseas abroad who don't know the New Zealand National Anthem. Let me get the lyrics. I can't play the National Anthem, a YouTube video, because I'm not clued up to video bits and pieces. So I'm just going to try and find. So I'm going to type New Zealand National Anthem. National Anthem. So it's called God Defend New Zealand. So I'll get it from the Radio New Zealand site. And it goes like this. Well, actually, no. I'm going to find the full version. So I'll type in the full version. The full lyrics. New Zealand. Come on. New Zealand National Anthem. Full. Come on, full. That doesn't. What the heck, I'm going to have to call up the Wikipedia article. So let me see. That should have the full one somewhere. Okay. Yep. So these are the in full 5 English 5 verses. But here in New Zealand, we blend it with the Maori words and English words. But I'm just going to read the English words. So, God of number 1, first verse. God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. Guard Pacific's triple star from the shafts of strife and war. Make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand. Men of every creed and race gather here before thy face, asking thee to bless this place. God defend our free land. From dissension, envy, hate, and corruption guard our state. Make our country good and great. God defend New Zealand. Now, this is a key verse for me because it's defend our free land from dissension, envy, hate. And that is exactly what's been burning here in New Zealand for many years now, between Maori and Pākehā, white Europeans, and I know a lot of people are fed up with it, but you know, there's a lot of money in it, and there's just a lot of just sheer anger and hatred at people back and forth, and I know a lot of people are sick of it. And that's what I hope to kind of address and get people together, get talking about what they care about as I go from town to town, city to city. Go to number 3. Peace, not war, shall be our boast, but should foes assail our coast, make us then a mighty host. God defend our free land. Lord of battles, in thy might, put our enemies to fight. Let our cause be just and right. God defend New Zealand. verse 4. Let our love for thee increase, may thy blessings never cease. Give us plenty, give us peace, God defend our free land, from dishonour and from shame, guard our country's spotless name, crown her with immortal fame, God defend New Zealand. May our mountains ever be freedom ramparts on the sea, make us faithful unto thee, God defend our free land. Guide her in the nation's van, preaching love and truth to man, working out thy glorious plan, God defend New Zealand. And you see, here it says, may our mountains ever be freedom ramparts on the sea. And for a while, for quite a while, I've been collecting beautiful scenic photos of New Zealand, especially the mountains, particularly the Southern Alps here in the South Island. And I'll try and explain it real quick. Here in New Zealand, we have, if you consider the United States, which is so vast with all of its, a big Alaska there with all its mountains and stuff, but all the beauty and scenery in the contiguous 50 United States, and the rivers and the mountains and the lakes and all that, the trees, the forests and everything, you take all of that, you take kind of the best of that. That's what in New Zealand, packed into two islands, mainly two islands, the 2/3 the size of California, and within roughly 2 days you can get to all of it. Well, you can see one or the other. You drive from the top of the North Island to the bottom of the South. That's roughly 2 days, and you can see the most gorgeous scenery, all packed into an area that 2/3 the size of California. At least twice I have had, and just with and being in my mind, I want to take beautiful photos. I want to see this country take beautiful photos like other people, many others have been privileged to take, of gorgeous mountain scenery. And I remember vividly this one dream where I'm looking up on a hilltop, on a foothill, and up across the valley from me is this huge snow-capped mountain. It's just gorgeous, and there's a couple of mountains across the way from it, and there's a valley to the side, and the valley has a small village like it was in Switzerland, but it's New Zealand. And it was like, wow, I want to see that in real life. I want to do that. I want to take photos. And also, I've got a friend that I hope will come and visit at the end of next year, come for Christmas, an American friend from Michigan, a very close friend. And I'll tell you, let me switch back to the camera here. So he told me that he had a dream one night. I think it was when I was in America, pretty sure. I'm living there with, and I saw him here and there. He said, I saw this, I had this dream, and I was with you in New Zealand. We were together in New Zealand, and we were seeing all this gorgeous scenery. And I asked him, so what do you think, Tim? What do you think? What do you think? And he said, wow, it's something to the effect of, wow, it's awesome, Isaac. Something like that. And I was like, wow, I want the dream to come true. But so I'm just trying to think what to say. Well, I will say that I have been without my own set of wheels, a vehicle, since January 2007 in the United States. It's a long story as to why I haven't been driving and had my own car. But all going well, come early to mid-February, I may be able to buy a friend is wanting to sell their vehicle because it's getting too hard to afford to run it. They don't have they're not on a very big income. I'm not either, but I do live on the cheap in my situation. And anyway, what I'm wanting to do is so I wouldn't have done it if it weren't for the fact that I've got a cousin who I hope to introduce you to. He's a really awesome guy, and he said he would give me confidence lessons rather than me trying to book an appointment with and spend so much money on AA confidence lessons. I do have a full driver's license. It's a long story as to why I haven't been driving, and so he's between jobs, and it may take several months. He's already been looking for jobs for several months. And so he's willing to give me some confidence lessons. And hey, yeah, I'm taking him up for it, so he knows that. Taking him up on his offer. So I've got to really be conscientious about money and keep saving. But I do want this to become a very steady, regular content creation thing. I follow a podcast. Well, I don't know. Yeah, a podcast, I guess you could say. And he says he's not a content creator; he's a broadcaster. Now, I have a broadcast voice. I won't go into it as to why I knew I had a broadcast voice years ago. I was told by a professional who said you have a broadcast voice. But I guess I'd like to get into doing lives and stuff. So I want to show scenery and drive around and blend that with meeting new people in different towns and take photos of buildings and stuff and skyscrapers and motorways and suburban streets and the neighborhoods and stuff and scenery. And I want to do drive videos. You know, some of you may enjoy or just know what drive videos are. And just cruising through the country, I want to capture it and upload it, and for people to enjoy, especially people overseas who would love to come here and see New Zealand and all its awesome gorgeousness. And so, and also I'm wanting to really just go hard out with this. I haven't worked in a long time. I've been on what Americans would call disability, but here it's a kind of a universal disability. So for health reasons. Now, I have struggled with health issues for a long time, but a light bulb went on over a week ago, and I won't go into it now. But I figured out, like a flash of light, what my problem was, and now I know how to overcome it. I was already on the right track, and that does involve ADHD, and no doubt a lot of you are familiar with ADHD. So I actually have Asperger's, as we're called, Aspies, and ADHD is a very crippling thing for me because I've become addicted to the internet, especially social media. But I've developed a plan to partition off social media and a lot of the internet on my computers. I'm actually a computer buff. I'm not a very computer savvy person, but I'm no more than average perhaps. But I've got these computers. Now, I'm I hope you laugh at this. I'm developing a concept. Now, I'm an independent Baptist, and I've developed a concept called Independent Baptist Machines, Independent Baptist Machine, IBM. But so I'm not actually designing and manufacturing computers. I'm actually organizing them with the operating systems, and I dabbled a bit in Linux. It's a bit of a learning curve, and some of you may like Linux and know that you're getting away from Big Brother Microsoft with the Windows. So I haven't given up on. I've got Windows 11 on my laptop, and I kind of like it, and I have yet to get Windows 11 on my desktop. They're old laptops. I don't have old desktops. I don't have anything new. I hope to one day. A powerful workstation that can actually do AI and be really quick at video editing and stuff. But so that's Independent Baptist Machines, IBM. But so that's about that really. What I'm going to do now is just wind it down. Let me see how much time where is the time ticker? Oh heck, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to keep this too long. But anyway, I'm a storyteller, and I love meeting storytellers. My cousin William is a really good storyteller. I can't wait for you to meet him. I definitely have him on a few times, and he might do some road tripping with me. So storytelling is not for everyone. Sometimes people aren't into long-winded stories, but I love colourful stories that just just this part of the story. This, wow, I'm a big storyteller. It's not for everyone. So I know some people like short, snappy videos, but a lot of videos are long, an hour long, whatever. But of course, it's not just going to be me waffling on all the time. I want to meet people, and I'm looking forward to having sharing stories with my cousin William. I'm sure he'll be keen. Him and I get along really well. We're very close in age, and I didn't spend a lot of time with him when I was growing up. He was my older brother's friend, and it was kind of like whatever. So, but we've come to know him in recent years. He saw that I was on social media, and he got my phone number, and so we've been getting to know each other a lot ever since, especially in the last several months. So, I guess I'm just going to go on now. I hope that you can see on the screen I've got my Logitech camera and the software that I've got on the screen here. I hope you can see. You should be able to. I have what is the list on Wikipedia, the list of New Zealand urban areas of New Zealand as defined by Statistics New Zealand. So I'm going to go over. So I'm going to start with here. I hope you can see it. I hope it's clear enough. We start with Auckland, the largest city. June estimate. So this is all June 2025 estimate I'm going to read. Now, Auckland, they had a merger of the Auckland area cities, Auckland City itself and others like Manukau years ago. I can't remember what year it was. They merged into one super city, and some people have regretted it, some people like it. I don't know. I've never been in Auckland. I shot through the airport a couple of times. So the June 2025 estimate is 1,547,200. Now, I've got a good friend, Vince, who wrote an article about the South Island and looking at the North Island, and how I'm not wanting to knock any of you North Islanders. A lot of my friends are up there that I'm hoping to visit. But, especially Auckland has a big swagger. We're a big city. But to put into perspective, you look at Sydney in Australia, massive, 4 million people. That's the size of basically the size of Greater Metro Detroit. So 4 million plus. Then there's Brisbane, Melbourne, massive cities. Melbourne's massive, not as big as Sydney, but getting close. And what do you call it? So even Adelaide, but what was the other one? Perth. So Auckland really is a small city compared to those. And of course, naturally, New York and London, Los Angeles, Chicago, they are big cities. But of course, those big cities in Asia, and in fact, Jakarta is the biggest city in the world. But I digress. So that's Auckland. Christchurch is the second biggest for a big drop in comparable population, 407,800. Wellington, the capital, 209,800, a lot less. Hamilton and Waikato, south of Auckland, 192,100. So that's not far behind Wellington. Then Tauranga, Winston Peters, at least used to be the MP. I don't know if he still is there. That's 160,900. Then Lower Hutt, number 6, at 113,200. Then Dunedin, at a much lower, at a bit of a drop, 104,000. And we didn't go to Palmerston North, but I'm going to drop down and go to the third and fourth biggest cities in the South Island, much smaller. Invercargill at the south end, and then Nelson. So Invercargill 51,200 and Nelson at 50,800, and so Nelson's basically at the top of the South Island, and Nelson's at the top, and Invercargill's at the bottom. So there's a lot less people in the South Island, but this is where the best scenery is. There's beautiful scenery in the North Island, but a lot of it's packed up with the Southern Alps mountains in the South Island. So I'm so proud to be from New Zealand, but at the same time, I'm a citizen of the US, and there's wonderful things about the US. I've got the best of both worlds, really, being a citizen of both. And yeah, there's good things I like about America. There's bad things I like about it. I don't like. There's good things I like about New Zealand. There's bad things I don't like. But anyway, that's about that. I better wind down. I just want to see how much time has been going. Where's the counter on this crazy thing? Yeah. I guess I can't see it. All right. I hope this worked well. I'm using the headset because my microphone a long time ago. I don't know if the microphone is a Logitech 1080p one that my family bought from years ago for my birthday, and it's the a few years ago. I remember a friend saying, "Hey, the audio is not good on your microphone, so on your microphone on your webcam." So I've been using this headset pretty much ever since. So I'm hoping to switch up the tech gear in the coming days when I can get some money coming in. I'm going to, if you like the show, I'd love donations. If you want to donate, I just want to keep just making it, no matter how much money donations I might get. Because I've got a vision. I've got my heart for seeing this country and seeing it become a better place, meeting wonderful people. I'm trying to wrap up now. There was something else I wanted to share. Oh, now I'm uploading this to YouTube because I happen to have a YouTube channel, a YouTube account. But I'm wanting to go over to Rumble because Rumble is the underdog. Rumble allows for a lot of free speech, not complete free speech, not all free speech, but I also do have a channel on Odyssey, and I like Odyssey. It's a smaller underdog, and I do like BitChute, but they do have issues with streaming and buffering wherever the source is, and so sometimes you can have. I'm not sure how common it is, but I'll stick with Rumble, and maybe, I don't know if I'll go and venture into sharing with those as well. I don't know if there's any point, but that's about that. So God's own roads, in and out of the rat race, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Merry Christmas all, and Happy New Year. I do want to say that that we've had a very turbulent year. Who knows how hairy things get next year, but keep the faith, look to God, and look to yourselves for comfort, encouragement, and support, and we can stand strong, and we can make the world a better place even while things are going hard around us. That's about all. Godspeed.